Hello and welcome to the Women in Studio. Today we are joined by Nono Cele Xaba, sports broadcast producer, multi-camera TV director, award-winning broadcaster, founder of Salt and Light Merchandise, managing director of VS Events and Logistics, and an inspiring speaker who will be joining us at the Women in Festival. Thank you so much for joining us, Nono.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to be here and part of the conversation, necessary conversations that we need to have in order for us to open doors for women and just be the change that we want to see.
Yes. And you've had such an inspiring journey. I mean, award-winning broadcaster in a field that is mainly dominated by men, and you just took charge and took the reins and claimed it as your own. So, if you could give a TED Talk about any topic, what would it be?
That's very easy and simple for me. It would be a TED talk about courage because I feel that is the single most important trait for any human being to have in order for you to make your dreams a reality. You need courage because the absence of courage not only hurts and limits you on a personal level, but also it prevents you from making an impact in other people's lives. And I'm a firm believer that our dreams should never end with us. Anything that I achieve should not end with me. It should inspire other people to strive to do what they were called to do. It should open doors for other people. So for me, the single most important thing that I'm most passionate about, especially when it comes to conversations about leadership, because leadership is at the core of my heart. It's all about courage. It stems from courage. And it's very important that we understand that the absence of courage, the absence of boldness, allows so much chaos to then come in because then without courage, we have timid, individuals who can't make decisions, who don't realize the power of living your life well to influence and impact generations to come.
Yes, and you've had so much experience in all these different film and media spaces. So, if you don't mind me asking, what's one way that you've had to really garner courage in your journey, and what does that look like?
Oh, that happens on a daily basis, to be quite honest. That's why I'm even doing this interview out here because I'm constantly traveling. So my life is a bit, I'd say, fun more than anything. One way that I try to really implement this concept of courage on a day-to-day basis is I try to speak up when something doesn't sit well with me, when there's something I'm not clear about, when there's a question that's lurking in my mind, instead of saying, I don't think I should ask, I don't think anyone needs this, I try to speak up because the concept of courage starts with ourselves. If we are not able to be courageous in small things, in small decisions, in small day to day activities, then we can't show up courageous in platforms such as like our workspaces, right? It starts with us. So I hold myself accountable in the small day to day activities. So I try to speak up when there's something that didn't land well with me or something that I don't understand. I raise my hand, and I'm not shy to say, I didn't get that. I need more clarity on that. I don't think we are in alignment concerning that, and I feel that's very important. Even as we raise the next generation, we need to teach them how to be courageous, and it starts in the small things, in the day to day. Like someone getting your name wrong, it's important for you to say, I just wanted to let you know my name is pronounced XYZ. That is courage because it is so easy to just be like, let me let it slide. But you're not honoring yourself. And there's nothing empowering about that.
Yes, and I think that you've said something so important because I think that as women and especially as black women, I feel like sometimes we feel that we need to shrink ourselves, don't be the angry black woman, just be peaceful, just create peace in the space. And I think that there's a lot of empowerment that is, left in the shadows when that happens, when we shrink
100%.
ourselves.
100%.
And,
I
if you
completely
can't give
agree with
yourself
you.
that. Mm, mm.
I
Yes,
completely
and
agree with you. Even that concept and that notion of us being perceived as angry just because we bring in correction to the table is actually toxic. And we need to do away with that because there's nothing wrong with me saying, I actually don't like that. please don't address me like that. It doesn't make me feel comfortable. That is me owning my power, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes we ourselves play part in this because we become so scared of being perceived as angry that we then opt for silence. There's nothing good about that. We also need to realize our play, our role in this whole thing. I'm not going to be silenced just because I want you to perceive me in a certain way. That is not honoring to myself. So I think for me, especially as a mother, it's that has become amplified for me because my children will do as I do, not necessarily as I say. So if I'm timid in moments that call for courage, that's going to be a big problem for the next generation.
Yes, exactly. And so, we're stepping into a room full of really phenomenal women and male allies in a few weeks. So, what's one message that you would give to every woman that walks into the Women in Festival? What's something that you would like them to walk away with?
I think what's very important for me, especially for women, come ready to receive. What I've noticed about myself and very close circle of girlfriends around me is that as women, we are not good receivers. We are not good receivers. And that's a big challenge. It's difficult for people to pour into us because there's so much going on with us internally, mentally. There's just come ready to receive, come ready to learn, come ready to just be empowered, come ready, because no matter how much empowerment or wisdom people share, if you are not ready to receive that, it's going to be difficult for you to then apply that and then see the results of such gatherings and events. So come ready to receive, give yourself the permission to say, you know what, this is my moment. I just want to come in empty. In fact, get a clean notebook for this one. Come in ready to receive and be intentional about, I am not leaving here the same way that I came here.
Yes, and I think that's why we have so many inspiring things to learn from you, Nona, and that's why we cannot wait to have you as a speaker at the Women in Festival. So, to leave us on a positive note, we know that you've done so many wonderful things. So, what in the last year or two has been a personal milestone that you have reached that you are super proud of?
Okay, cool. So I'll try my best not to be cheesy. I'm not going to say, oh, my kids are my greatest achievement. Okay, I'm gonna try not to do that. But I think what has been significant for me in 2024, and this is like super mind blowing, I got to direct two big finals, and for my career, that is, you don't understand. That is amazing. So I directed the Nedbank Cup final in May, and I recently just directed the MTN 8 final where Orlando Pirates were playing in Moses Mabhida Stadium. That is mind blowing because, first of all, to do two finals in one calendar year is like, and for me to be a female doing that. And I think what was the cherry on top for me was the fact that in these projects, it wasn't just about me. It was about me taking other women with me. So to also collaborate with other women, for me to also get the opportunity to say to the business, listen, I want to be surrounded by women around me as we do this. That was for me wild, amazing, incredible. This is definitely testament that we're making the necessary steps to where we need to be.
Yes, yes. And that is why we're so excited to have you on board. So, in one or two sentences, why would you say that women and male allies should be at the Women in Festival?
Okay, women and male allies should be at this event simply because we are going to change the course of how life has been. And that is important because there is a next generation that is relying on us to take our positions of power, our positions of leadership. And if we are unable to do that, we not only hinder our own progress, but those who will come after us. So, why is it important that become part of this? It's because the calling is bigger than just us. It's bigger than just Nono. There are so many people involved. There are a generation of people who really need us together and share wisdom and empower each other and be intentional about the way forward. So it doesn't end with us. The story continues.
Yes, I think let's leave it there. It has been such an inspiring session for me. I know that anyone else watching this has to leave this video, this interview, inspired and empowered already, and they know that they can come to the Women in Festival for more. So thank you so much for your time, Nana. We really appreciate it.
Anytime. Let's do this. I love what you guys are doing. I'm inspired myself. I'm also coming in to say, I wanna learn. I wanna learn from other people. I wanna be inspired, because we continue to learn from other people, and I'm super excited. Cape Town, here we come.
Here we come. We'll see all of you viewers in the Silo District in Cape Town, 14 to 15 November 2024. Nono will be there. I will be there. So come and join us. See you soon. Bye.